Hey guys, it's Jess, and today's video is gonna be another speed paint video. It was requested in my last one that I do more of them, so I'll definitely do more of them. So today's drawing is a mermaid. I don't know, I just woke up and really wanted to draw a mermaid. And for some reason, it ended up kind of looking like an art style between Bee and Puppycat and Adventure Time. You know, it's very like round and cutesy. I actually really liked how the style turned out because it was kind of like, I guess, a release for me. Usually when I draw, I'm very much focused on like joints. So like I'm very much about emphasizing this is where the wrist bends and this is where the arm bends. And that's not a bad thing because it gives you practice with proportions and stuff, but it also means that your drawings, or at least mine, they end up looking very stiff, almost robotic. So kind of just letting loose and not worrying too much about angles and proportions meant that I was able to draw a lot more calmly, and it ended up looking really cute. I think the arms came out a little wonky because of it though, but I don't know, it was fun. So originally I wasn't sure if I wanted to make the mermaid on top of land, like on a rock over the ocean or under the ocean, but I did know that I did want her to be kind of interacting with something, so I decided to do underwater so that she could be interacting with a turtle. I was originally gonna try to make it work with a dolphin, but eventually it ended up turning into a turtle because I can't really draw dolphins. So this that I'm doing right here was actually a bit of an experiment. I was a little worried that my paper would get too soggy from coloring in all the water, so I actually used a tip that my friend taught me back in high school, where you basically take some chalk pastel and you just take some scissors and shave off a bit of the powder, and then you use a tissue to kind of rub it all over the paper, and it gives it this really light, airy look, almost like mimicking watercolors but without all of the extra water. So it ended up looking pretty cute, so I'm definitely happy that my friend taught me that. And as for the skin, I decided to make her more on the darker shade, and as you'll see later on, I decided to make her hair green because I thought that would combine really well together. As for the tail, I originally imagined it to be a color that kind of matches with the hair, but I didn't want it to be a green because that would be too like Ariel-esque, and I didn't want it to be blue because there's already the blue from the water. So I attempted, this is my sad attempt at doing kind of like a galaxy sort of thing, so like purples, pinks, tiny bit of blue, and some specks of white here and there, but as I mentioned before, the paints are dollar store, so it didn't end up being as bright as I wanted it to be. You'll actually see that later on I go back over it and add like 3 more layers to attempt to bring it back to life, but it didn't really work. And sometimes you'll see that I'm just using a bit of tissue just to clean up some of the color that bleeds. Technically you're supposed to wait for it to dry so it doesn't bleed, but I'm too lazy for that. And of course I made the turtle green and a brown shell, and I used that same green to color in the seaweed. And I let the water puddle up in certain parts of the seaweed to kind of imitate shading. And again, I didn't give it enough time to dry, so the shading didn't really turn out. And luckily the turtle layer did dry, so I was able to add some texture over it, which was pretty cute. And I'm also gonna color in the rock that she's sitting on, as well as the little stars in her hair. So I don't really know if it's interesting to be talking about this during the video, so if there's like any other topics you think I could talk about during the speed paints, be sure to let me know. And yeah, that is the finished result of the mermaid. I'm pretty happy with how the line art turned out. I kind of wish I had maybe used better paints for the actual painting part, but I can always redraw it, and I think it would actually be interesting to see how it would turn out the second time. But yeah, that's the video for today. I hope that you guys liked it, and if there's something that you want me to paint, be sure to comment it down below and I might give it a try. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!